Iy'Zekiel survival recipe, and Iy's bread recipe. And God's feces cakes. Friends, did God told Ezekiel to make barley cakes, and to eat them with human feces? Here is the quote. Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 12, And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man, in their sight. Friends, unlike God, Elu'hymn is loving and merciful. And the sovereign God of all the heavens and the earth would not command us to eat human feces. Nor neither would Elu'hymn give us any bread recipe made from humans or animal feces to eat. Even during our hardships and even though our time of disaster, and also in the time of our utmost need. Friends, the sovereign King of heaven whom is the Holy One, and also the sovereign God is loving and kind, and is righteous, and is merciful. And His mercy endures unto all generations. And is still patient with us still, because He is omniscient, and knows that we all have being deceived by Shaitan. And also knows that we all won't be around for long. And because of that, Elu'hymn cares about all of us. Because His sovereignty is everlasting, and He is alive forever. But someday we all shall die. And this is why we all should be wise, and this is why we all should take this opportunity to seek out the truth, and whom is the God. And this is why we all should embrace Elu'hymn instead of God. While there is still time. Because unlike Elu'hymn, God whom is also known as Shaitan wants us to suffer, in the time of crisis, and by killing us with his perpetual killings, and by the acts of God, and by God whom would even command that we make our food and bread, and eat it with poison and feces, because God doesn't care that you and I are given poison and feces to eat, and while He and His minions are constantly killing us and deceiving us. And while He is constantly robbing us and taking away our rights, and also our health and our life. And by His minions them who are in the world who are giving us poison to eat in our food. But unlike God, Elu'hymn is merciful and loving and kind, and He is concerned about us. And Elu'hymn cares about our health and our welfare, and also our well-being, and also about our salvation. And also about our soul salvation. And this is why the God wants to give to us His free gift of everlasting life. And a place to called home. And also a place of providence and salvation in His holy Jerusalem and in His holy kingdom. And this is what Shaitan, whom is the God of this world, knows, and this is why God and His minions in the world wants to deceive us and to continually poison us and imprison us, and to kill us, and to do us harm, and to keep us in the dark while we are worshipping Him. So that He can continue to deceive us, and to kill us while we are ignorant of the facts. And so that we won't realize that God is Shaitan, and the administrator of death. And also that God is the evil one, and also that God is the evil spirit whom is commanding His minions them, and they are the wicked ones who are giving us feces and poison in our food and in our bread and also in our cakes, and also in our drinks and beverages and also our drinking water, and who is boldly publishing it on their labels. And also in their television commercials, and by the World Health agencies. And their manufacturing plants, and whom are emboldened by Shaitan and the government, whom is encouraged by special interest groups to promote these unethical practices by putting harmful GMOs into our food supplies, and whom is commanded by Shaitan, whom is called God, to make them, and to distribute them. And we are the complacent ones whom are foolish enough to make them, and to eat them and to consume them. Friends, but the sovereign King of heaven wants to save us. And this is why He also wants to give us His free gift of everlasting life. And also His invitation, and His free gift of His salvation and place of providence in His holy kingdom. But we all need to see the need. And then we all need to embrace Elu'hymn. And then we all need to acknowledge, the Almighty, whom is the God. And when we all see the truth, we all would begin to embrace Elu'hymn and Elu'hymn, whom is the Christ and the Holy Prophet. And as we all begin to embrace Elu'hymn, and as we begin to believe in His sacred holy name, and as we begin to Hallel Elu'hymn, then E would save us. Thank you. Friends, would you please continue on to my message, Iy'Zekiel survival recipe, which is from Elu'hymn, whom is the odd of all, and whom is the sovereign king of all the heavens and the earth. Thank you. Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 9, Ezekiel, you should take with you some mullets or some young hens so that you may farm them, and so that you may have them to eat. And also some ferrets for their fleeces, but if not you can get the weasel for their fur so that you may sleep on its fur in your tent. And so that you may have its fur to keep warm and for something to put on. And you should take some wheat, and also some barley, and some beans, and also some lentils, for you to eat. And you shall cook the mullet for your meat, and you shall make yourself a blanket from their fleece and from the fitch fur. And also you can use its fur or its fleece as a cloak to put on. And you should take the wheat and the barley and also the lentils. And you should bake them in one vessel, so that you may have bread from them. And so that you may eat and survive according to the number of the days and the length of time, that I, Elu'hymn, shall require that you shall live there. So go now and prepare these things which I, Elu'hymn, have told you of. And you shalt live upon that side of the river for 390 days. And you shalt eat those things which I, Elu'hymn, have told you of. To be continued. Thank you. Friends, to learn more information about Elu'hymn and Elu'hymn, whom is the odd, and also the Almighty, would you please follow me online and also by visiting my Facebook page and also my YouTube and Rumble channel? Thank you. There would be a link at the end of this message. Thank you. And please would you check out my message which is called Bethel, the first pyramid, and also my message exist, and here is all the proof that you'll ever needed to know that is real. Thank you. The end. To be continued.